Hello there. My name is Matt Swinney, and I am the athletic coordinator, head football coach here at Liberty High School, and just welcoming all the 7th and 8th graders who will be joining us for middle school strength and conditioning camp. I want to welcome you to Liberty High School and look forward to having you here around our coaches as well as your coaches that you'll have this upcoming year. Cohort groups are at the heart of what we're doing. It allows us to keep contact to a minimum between individuals, and allows us to space out within our facilities. Another huge thing is screening. And so every day, and we'll talk about this more in a minute, is both workers and athletes are screened every day. This includes temperature checks, and we log all this in. One of the things that we're greatly appreciative of is we have 2 licensed athletic trainers that are on site daily that help us with those screenings. And then another thing that's just overarching is disinfection. So we have a saying around here: if it gets touched, it gets cleaned. And so one of the things that we do, and one of the reasons why we the first couple of days that you're on campus, we'll be practicing cleaning. So disinfection is key. Along those lines, every night, every afternoon, after everybody leaves, custodial staff comes in, they deep clean everything, they fog everything, and so cleanliness, disinfecting is huge priority for us. There's going to be protocols that are in place, and as we work through this video, you're going to be learning that there's going to be places we're going to ask you to be dropped off. There's going to be places where you're assigned to check in, and then places to go once you have checked in. And all this is to minimize contact, to maintain social distancing, and to allow us to have the opportunity to have a great summer of strength and conditioning for middle school athletes. The first thing I want to talk about is the check-in procedure. And so every day, once you are dropped off at your assigned location, then you'll also go to your assigned check-in place. So once you do, all around the building, at your check-in spot, you'll see these giant QR codes. And so you'll take your phone, and then you'll access via the QR code a daily screening questionnaire. And so that questionnaire, you'll run through those questions and you'll answer them truthfully. And then once you're done with those questions, you'll step up to where we have a table set up where there will be coaches who will then take your temperature. And so this is a non-contact temperature, and so we will screen you for temperature. All that, both the answers that you put in your QR code as well as your temperature screening, the temperature that you will input on your phone, will then go into a database where it goes to where it's accessed by our athletic trainers. And athletic trainers can look, and if you made a mistake, or if you answered yes to one of the questions, or your temperature is too high, then we will take you for additional screening to the athletic trainers. If everything's good, then you'll go to a designated area and then be ready for workout. So we're screening everybody. All the workers come in early in the morning, and all workers are screened in the same way. And so we have protocols in place that if someone was to answer yes to those questions, there are protocols in place to advance beyond that. And so an email has gone out, or will go out, with the things that we need parents and athletes alone to think about. For example, if you are experiencing symptoms and what those symptoms are. If there's anybody in your household that has tested positive for COVID, or if you're living with somebody that has experienced symptoms, or if you've traveled internationally. And so we have lots of protocols in place with regards to those, and whether or not you should even attend, or if you are, what happens after that. And so every day we will screen, and every day that will be inputted, and trying to maintain our safety and maintain our ability to have a great summer. So there's some overarching rules. I've talked about them a little bit. One is that athletes should stay 10 feet apart. You will be assigned a drop-off area. Already talked about that. And another big one, I know some of you guys, it's first time you will have seen each other in a long time, and so you'll want to socialize, you'll want to pat each other on the back and things like that. You can't have any of that. Remember, you got to maintain 10 feet distance, and when you show up, we don't want you congregating close to one another. We have places marked out where you should stand. And then when all the practices are over, you're required to leave. And so we'll ask that when the pickup time, if it's set for noon or whatever time it is, that your ride to pick you up will be there, that you maintain social distancing while you wait. Another thing, and this is kind of difficult, I know for my coaches that are working the camp, it's difficult for them to not have their own children up here, because that's something typically in the summers that they've been able to do. But really nobody, whether it's parents, whether it's siblings, whether it's people that are non-participants in any way, are allowed on campus. And so the only people that are allowed on campus are those that are either active participants or workers. And so nobody else is here to observe or anything along those lines. Another big thing is with regards to limiting our contact is dealing with water fountains. And so all our water fountains have been closed off, and so one of the requirements that we're going to have for you is for you to bring your own water. Now, if you run out of water, and we'll ask you to bring a large container of water, but if you do run out, we do have an emergency solution that's a no contact means of achieving water. But water fountains will be off limits. Same thing with bathrooms. All the locker rooms are closed. We have provided 3 areas where bathroom facilities are located, but it's one in and one out. Those will be we will have people stationed to make sure that there's no socializing going on there. And so locker rooms are off limits, but there will be bathroom facilities available on a very, very limited basis. And then, just in everything is just helping each other stay safe, is being honest with your symptoms, and if you have issues, whether it's injuries or if it's related to possible COVID symptoms, that you're honest with your coaches and then honest with the trainers as well. So what is it you should bring? So I've already mentioned this, but water. Bring water. Bring a gallon jug. All right. Bring the high schoolers have if you have a big thermos type thing, you can bring that. But to bring plenty of water. Make sure your name is on it. Another thing is to bring a backpack or a bag or something that you can take with you, because we have stations set up, and so as you travel from place to place, you need your stuff with you, and so you need to carry your all your water with you. You'll need to carry your extra shoes, your mask, anything, your phone will need to go with you, and so it's best to bring a backpack. That way you can carry it with you. Masks. So we don't require the wearing of masks at any time other than actually in the weight room. The weight room, you will, for safety reasons, be paired up with somebody as a spotter, and so for that reason, when we're in the weight room, we do wear masks. And so you're welcome to wear a mask at any time, but we want you and we expect you to wear a mask when you're in the weight room. Shoes, you'll need be good to probably have 2 kinds of shoes, both flats for working in the weight room and on the court, as well as you may want cleats for any time you're working on the grass. And so the most important thing probably is to have flats, because most of what you'll be doing will be either indoor or on the courts, but you will be on the grass as well. And then lastly, a phone. If you do have a phone, it helps with the check-in. If you don't have one, then a coach can help you out in those regards, but it's always beneficial if you could bring your own. So lastly, the first couple of days when you get here will be all about orientation. And so the high schoolers did it the same way. We took 2 days to practice our social distancing, to practice checking in, to practice cleaning. And so the first 2 days will be slow, but they're being very, very important because we have to learn all our safety procedures. We have to learn the flow of making sure that we're staying apart and we're doing our best to maintain the social distancing. The other thing is with regards to physicals. Okay, so if you're an incoming 7th grader, you must have a physical on file. You should be able to go though at like a Care Now or something like that and get that for probably $25 or something. But you must have a UIL athletic physical on file. If you are an 8th grader and you were in athletics last year, if you're in an FISD school last year, then we should have that on file and you should be fine. However, if you're an incoming 7th grader, you will need to get one. Our camp director, our director of strength and conditioning up here at Liberty High School is Coach Chip Gregory. And so he's the one that will be sending out a lot of information for you as far as where you will be dropped off, where you will be checking in, possibly what your cohort groups are, etc. So the important thing is to register. And once you've got registered, is to look for those emails as far as what it is that you're going to need to do. And remember what you need to bring. But the other thing you need to bring is a great attitude and a great willingness to work. This is a great opportunity to have you guys here on hopefully what's going to be your future campus, but then also to be with your teammates as we get ready for the upcoming school year. Feel free to reach out to Coach Gregory with questions or to Coach Casares or Coach Cease, and go Red Hawks.